Hey there, everyone, and welcome to episode number 7 of Conversations with Christal. Now, I hope that you have been really enjoying listening to this show and gaining a lot of value out of it. That really is my intent. And I also want us to make sure that we're having fun. So, I have a question for you, or I have a request. Will you do me a big favor and rate the podcast and leave a review? Honest review of your experience so far, and please share how this podcast has helped you or a tip that you've implemented. I just would love to hear from you and get that support. So that's my ask. And then I have something that I'm excited to share with you at the end of today's show. Today is just a solo show. I don't have a guest today. And at the end of the show, I want to share with you about my business incubator program. It's a private one on one coaching program that I'm really excited about. And April spots are closed, but am enrolling spots for the May coaching program. And it's a 90-day program. So I'll tell you more about that at the end of today's show. Today, we are going to be talking about being in the mindset of an employee versus that of a business owner. And I wanted to talk about this because many of us have come from some type of work experience, maybe in the corporate field or whatever your background may be. But haven't met a lot of entrepreneurs who they had a business right out of high school and never worked for anyone else. And so it's important to talk about this because the quicker you let go some of the mindset and thought patterns that we typically have as an employee, the better your journey will be as a business owner. So, what I'm going to do is just kind of share with you an employee mindset and then share with you on the opposite side of that what that looks like for you as the business owner. So if you are working a side hustle right now, or maybe you're just completely new to business, you're not working a 9 to 5 right now, and you find yourself getting stuck and having a little trouble, I want you to pay particular attention to this episode because you may hear some things in here that are going to help you, and you're going to may recognize yourself in these um, in this list that I share. Okay, so an employee, they're basically told what to do, right? So when we work for someone, we're giving a task list or a project list or something that we're in charge of as our duties in completing, the requirements of us being an employee with an employer. But as a business owner, you decide what you do with your time, with your energy, and you are creating your own path. So that right there should be freeing, just hearing that. You're creating your own path as a business owner. Now, as an employee, your company has all the things, right? They have an HR department, they have an accounting department, they may have a research and development department, right? So the employer, they have taken care of all of that for you. Now, this is where I have seen people get tripped up a little bit because once you own your business, you wear all those hats. And I don't say that to definitely not to overwhelm you, definitely not to intimidate you, because if I can do it, you can do it. It is very, very possible, very, very doable. But what that means is that on a small scale, when you start out initially, you are going to be having to take action on those different roles in your business, right? So, setting your business up with the state that you live in, having some type of accounting software, or maybe you want to right away hire a bookkeeper to keep your numbers in order, making sure, and I'm a stickler on this, making sure that your personal money is always, always separate from your business money. Okay. Being really diligent about that, making sure that you have a system in place to where you, as a business owner, you are paying yourself. You have money set aside as profit in your business. So, those are things that you now have to take on the responsibility of versus being an employee where you're just getting a paycheck every 2 weeks or every month. I remember when I worked in higher ed, and my the first professional job that I had right out of college was being a college recruiter. And I had been working on campus prior to that, as well as like a hotel in the city. And so I was used to being paid, twice a month. And for some reason, I just had never, well, I mean, right, I was in my early 20s. I had never experienced getting paid once a month. And oh my gosh, my first like big girl job was I got paid once a month. And let me tell you, that took some adjusting. I was like, yeah, I got to do a better job of making this money stretch all through the month. That's just a side story. I digress. All right, so let's talk about the next line. But before I leave, I just want to make sure, do not be intimidated about the fact that you do have to learn all the nooks and crannies of your business. But it's important that you do this. Let me tell you why. Not only do you have an understanding of the inner workings of your business, and of course, you as a business owner should know what your purpose is, who you're serving, and what you're serving them with. But it's important because when it comes for time to scale and time to delegate and maybe hire your first assistant or virtual assistant or project manager or social media manager, whatever, you now can educate that person. So it's not to say that that person shouldn't come to the table with an expertise of their own and really be able to add value to your company. That is a given, right? They should be adding value. You shouldn't have to do all of the thought work for them. But you, as the business owner, can communicate your values, how you want things worked, and maybe any systems or processes that you've already put in place that you want them to, run with and improve upon. So that is the main benefit of you really having an understanding of how to do things in your business before you start bringing other people into the business. So don't ever be intimidated by that. Now, this third thing is, as an employee, you're trading your time for money, right? We go to work and we get paid for the hours that we work or a flat salary that we've been offered. As a business owner, however, you are getting paid for the value that you create. I just want to say that again because that should just almost give you chills. It does give me chills. As a business owner, you are getting paid for the value that you create. There's a big difference there. And there's some freedom in that because as a business owner, you know, more than likely you are doing something that you really love or that you really have a talent for or are passionate about. And so the work that you've put in over the years or hours or however long it's been to really develop your skills in that certain area, you're now in turn reaching alongside you, reaching behind you, and helping others alongside that process of whatever that service is that you're providing to your clients. So that's a beautiful thing. As a business owner, you're getting paid for the value that you're creating. Now, one other thing that's really um, makes me think about working in higher ed, you're creating solutions in your business and solutions that can very quickly and directly impact your clients. And what do I mean by that? One thing in higher ed, well, I remember when I first started, you know, as a professional, I love meetings. I was like, this is going to be fun. We all get to come out of our offices and actually see each other and sit around and talk about what's going on and fix problems and that type of thing. Now, how many of you know meetings that work like that all the time? Not, not, not that many, right? Meetings can be very ineffective. And of course, I truly believe that's the responsibility of the person who is hosting the meeting or the leadership within that meeting. They have a responsibility to really keep meetings like fun, but in alignment with like a mission to complete things. And that doesn't happen frequently. And so, what I loved about being a business owner is if there is a problem in my business or a bottleneck or something that I realize my clients are getting tripped up on, it can be something very simple. But you know what? I either have my virtual assistant take care of it or I take care of it, and it's done. We don't have to meet. We don't have to have the director sign off, and then the VP has to review, and then they have to sign off on it. But, will this affect this or what have you? You make that decision and you get to implement change right away. That is a huge blessing. That alone is, oh my goodness, it saves so much time. And at the end of the day, you want your clients to have a really good experience with you when they're considering you for services or whatever it is that you're offering. And so that is a wonderful, wonderful part of being a business owner. And then as an employee, you typically obviously have to go to a place of work, even though at the time of this recording, we still are in the pandemic. So many people are still working from home. But as a business owner, you have location freedom. You can pretty much work wherever you want. And keep in mind, I'm specifically talking about many online entrepreneurs who can work wherever they have their laptop. Obviously, if you have a brick and mortar, that is your location. But what I'm saying is you just have the freedom to choose, which is a beautiful thing, is having options. So it's important to understand when you make that transition from your 9 to 5 or corporate, whatever you want to call it, into that of a business owner, that there are some mindset shifts that need to happen. And the quicker you can kind of let go of that employee mindset and really accept and really make the most of this new and exciting role as a business owner, I really believe the better off you'll be. So take some of these things that I share today, give them thought, and really take a look at yourself and see if you're struggling with any of those, and make it a point to make the change. You can do this. And it's so important to have someone alongside you on that journey, especially when you're first starting out. And so before I end today's show, I just want to lead you right into talking about my business incubator program. And this is a one-to-one coaching program, private one-to-one coaching, and it's a 90-day program, or I also have a 5-month program available. And I'll make sure that I leave a link in the show notes so that way you can go and learn more. But what I want you to know is that this program is created to help you transform the way that you exist in your business and really your life, because the life coaching, I can't help it, right? So that's going to be there. But as you receive this business coaching, we're going to lay the foundation for your business. We're going to make sure that you have processes in order, so that way you're onboarding clients in a way that's really clear and simple, and making your clients feel special in a way that keeps you excited about your business and what you're offering to help someone within your business. We're going to talk about finances, mindset, imposter syndrome, scaling, growing, delegating, hiring, that type of thing. I have put together an amazing program, and so I would love for you to consider it. I only take 15 to 18 spots because it's really important for me to have somewhat of an intimate group to work with. So I can, because private one-to-one coaching, it really is an intimate time where you're spending with someone and really getting to know their business. So it's important that I don't take on a lot of people. So in case you're wondering why the spots are limited, it's because I really need to be able to bring my best self and bring my best self with the right energy to serve you best. And so that's the sweet spot that I have found, is 15 to 18 per session. And the sessions they start every month, the first Monday of the month. And so I would love for you to check out the information page in the show notes below and just read through it and see if this is something that you are ready for. Because investing in yourself and investing in your business, the point is for you to basically grow leaps and bounds. What you are getting is not only like my experience and my expertise in my 8th year of business right now, but you're getting all of the resources that I have already curated for you. No more hunting and pecking on, Google or YouTube to try to piece together all of the answers. I am providing that for you. So that alone is so invaluable. So if you are the person that is you're listening to me and you're like, I need to do this, I would love to have you, because you have to do the work, right? I'm going to be there. I'm going to be showing up at my best and serving you, but it's a two-way street. So it's important that you are really invested in taking your business to the next level. I would love, love, love to have you. And if you want, you can also just book a discovery call with me and you can ask me some specific questions about whether you think the program is right for you. And I'm always completely honest. There have been some times where I have just, had to be clear and like really honest with someone and just say, I don't think this is the best fit for you. So know that I will be honest in my opinion about that. So I am so thankful that you took time out of your day to listen to today's show. And remember, connect with me on Instagram at Life Coach Christal, but make sure that you check out the link in the show notes below to learn more about my business incubator coaching program. I would love to have you. All right, until then, have a wonderful day. And remember, you got this. I believe in you. Bye.